Hey everyone, my name is Christian Kumar. I am a DP and editor based out of Tampa, Florida, and today we're going to be looking at a commercial I did for a realtor in Gainesville. So let's get started. I'll let you guys watch out the full thing and then we can look at some of the things that might be interesting. And I'm doing this not only for myself, just to help me reflect on what I could do better, but also it might give you some ideas on how to do things.
Once upon a time, the alarm rang. And the collar that creaked open eyes and shuffled feet was change. There wasn't a lot to say. Its only promise? Adventure. New lands, new friends. Skinned knees, but a guiding hand. Strange and different. The type you can't wait to find. New coins from Earth's treasure box. Some here long before us, some that came alongside us. Just as green, still digging roots. Branching toward a canopy view. In change's constant, steady flow, we change, we learn, we grow. And where we are free to grow, here we call it home.
Alrighty, so let's take a look at a few of the scenes that might be a little interesting. A lot of the outside scenes that I did were really using natural light most of the time. We did supplement it with flags and trying to diffuse light, but there wasn't a whole lot of actual external lights being used on there. However, for the interior scenes, pretty much all of those were lit because it was just too dark. All right, we could start off with this first shot of this opening here in the bedroom. And this was fairly simple. It wasn't really in the shot list, but the director wanted to add a shot. So he used an Aperture 300D Mark II and pushed that through an 8x. Pretty simple. Didn't use any negative fill for this wide shot. And we went in for the close-up. Nothing really changed. We might have brought in the light a little bit, softened it just a tiny bit, but nothing dramatic. And for this shot, I just threw on the hyper reflector to the 300D Mark II and gelled it, threw it outside, backlight her a little bit. Like I said, outsides were usually natural light, just natural light, only bouncing, diffusing, flying, that kind of thing. Same with this, we got up early morning so we could match the sun. I used an app called Sunseeker to plan out where the sun was going to be. And here, again, kind of natural light using what we had there already. And it was mainly just bouncing light to fill in some of these shadows. The director didn't want any dramatic shadows and a lot of negative fill. For this outside scene here, this was our easiest setup really. It was early morning, sun wasn't peeking out too much, so it was literally just a piece of foam core bouncing some of that light back into them so they could get filled a little bit. This outside scene here in the springs nearby, luckily the trees are providing a lot of shade and helping to kind of take down some of the harshness of that sun. So we had a pretty decent fall off on the skin here. You can see especially right here, it's not too harsh, despite being, I think it was right around noon when we shot this actually. So it was really lucky here. So this bedroom scene is probably the worst thing out of this entire piece. It was the hardest. I think the issue was really what made it look this way was I just felt unsure of the look I wanted to go for, which just overall I think lowered the quality that this could have been, or ruined the potential. But the way that we shot this was we flew in a China ball right above them and tried to backlight it, kind of motivating from that lamp right in the middle there. Originally I wanted to use this window already on the left here and try to do something like that, but we were on the second story and we didn't really have the grip equipment to get that shot there, or we were using kind of minimal equipment since we had to move fast this day. So if I would have changed it, I probably would have got a mirror on a baby pin and raised it up here and then shot a light onto that and have it come through this window and fall off somewhere on the bed here. Just so it's a little bit more interesting with that color contrast there. I don't tend to like doing this sort of monochromatic look when it comes to commercials, just because it's usually not liked by the directors. So that's why I try to throw in when I can. I think the important lesson here is to just be sure of what you want something to look like. I had a plan for this commercial, and particularly this setup, but it didn't really work out. And so I think it's the way you react when something doesn't work out is what ultimately can elevate your cinematography or your just experience as a DP and make something look good. And this is just something that I failed at, but you just got to keep practicing and practicing. It's sorry if it got a little dark. I'm only using natural light here because I'm in the process of moving, so I didn't want to set anything up. But knowing what you want and learning how to adapt when things don't work out is the key. So that's going to wrap it up for me. If you have any questions, just drop them below and I will try to get back to you.